I prep these the night before so that I actually have a fighting chance in the morning with 3 kids. These are my sourdough discard pancakes, but my kids just call them mommy pancakes. Welcome to my Sunday sourdough series, part 1. And no, I'm definitely not a morning person, but I am a systems person because I really want my kids to start the day with something that's made with real wholesome ingredients and not just another box breakfast that I'm going to feel guilty about serving. But I also don't have time to make a complicated breakfast from scratch every weekday morning. So save this if you want to steal a mom's system that makes my mornings easier. And don't worry if you don't have sourdough discard, you can just make these without it. The sourdough does add a little bit of extra flavor and does help give them a nice texture. And so this is what goes into them. I start with a 1/4 cup of sprouted rolled oats, all-purpose flour, sourdough starter, Greek yogurt, pre-soaked chia seeds, 1 egg, and then I add 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts and 3/4 scoop of unflavored whey protein powder. I use Isopure because I like that it's simple and has no added ingredients, but always do your own research on what works for your family and what's appropriate for your kids. And then lastly, I add an 1/8 cup of maple syrup, avocado oil, milk, and then a splash of vanilla, a little pinch of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. So basically all the ingredients that my kids probably wouldn't choose themselves are hiding in their favorite breakfast. And last, I blend it with an immersion blender to get rid of any weird textures that my kids won't eat. The batter goes into the fridge overnight, and letting it sit not only makes my mornings easier, but it also gives the pancakes better flavor and lets that sourdough taste develop. In the morning, I add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I give it a little mix, heat the pan, and then breakfast is ready to go. I'll drop the full recipe in the comments below, but if you are spending any mental energy figuring out breakfast at 7 a.m. with kids in the house, then this is your sign to let the night before you do all the work. Because the goal isn't about a perfect morning, it's just about making the morning a little bit easier. So come back for part 2 of my Sunday sourdough series, because next I'm going to share my kid-approved sourdough peanut butter and jelly bread.